Good morning to you all, dear students. So today we will start with new block, that is block 16, people's participation. Okay, so this will be our discussion for today. All right, so the aim for today is students will be able to explain the ways in which people participate in a democracy. So resources needed for our class is situation from the resource sheet, worksheet S1, notebook, and exit content book. So these are the resources that will be needing for our class. The keywords that we will use for today is public opinion, stride, dharna, and release. So let's learn the meaning of those keywords. So what is public opinion? In simple meaning of the term, public opinion means the opinion of the public. And what is stride? To stop working as a protest to achieve better working condition. That is known as stride. And what is dharna? It is a non-violent sit-in protest. And what is release? A demonstration, an event where people gather together to protest for or against a given cause. That are known as release. Okay, so you have already learned about a democratic government. If people in a democracy are unhappy with the government, how will they express it? So in our previous blog, you have learned about a democratic government. And if people in a democracy are unhappy with the government, how will they express it? Okay, so see, what happened here is, in most cases, all right, people can vote against the government in the next election, all right, in the coming election, okay. But there are other ways as well in which the people can influence the government while it is still in power. That is, one way is through generating public opinion, that is opinion of the people, as we have learned, by expressing their views on the government in different ways. Okay, so I hope you are clear now. So today, all right, we will learn about the different ways in which people can participate in a democratic government. Okay, so today the we will learn about the different ways in which people can participate in a democratic government. Okay, now I want all of you to read. To listen to this resource, all right, properly. Okay, so I'll read for you. You can pause the video and then look for yourself as well. But first of all, I'll read for all of us. Point number 1. The people are very unhappy as the price of vegetables, petrol, and kerosene have gone up after the government came to power. They have decided to hold a dharna in front of the government building till the government listen to them. That is point number 1. Point number 2. Many young people in the country don't have jobs and people think the government is not doing anything about giving jobs to people. Most of them are writing in the newspapers about it. Point number 3. Students and teachers are unhappy that the government has changed the social science textbooks in the middle of the year. They plan to collect signature from all teachers and parents against this decision and submit this to the education minister. Last point, point number 4. There have been many bomb blasts in many cities across the country, and people are worried about their safety. People are holding discussions on televisions in which the minister from the government are asked to answer the questions raised by the people. Okay, so this is the resource sheet that I have read for you. Now you can pause the video and go through the given point properly, okay, before we get into actual discussion. All right, so I want all of you to go through this given point. Okay, you can pause the video and then go through this given point properly. All right, now what you have to do is you make two columns like this. Okay, how are people expressing themselves? All right, and which is most effective and why? All right, so that is from the given situation from the resource sheet. Okay, I've read for you. You read that one and then you try to fill up this given option. All right, in the given spaces. How are people expressing themselves? You write here. Which is most effective and why? You write here. Okay. Now, question here is, why are the people unhappy and worried? And who is responsible for each of these situations? How are the people expressing their views to let the government know how they feel? Which among these are more effective in your opinion and why? I hope you get the question. Why are the people unhappy and worried? Who is responsible for each of these situations? How are the people expressing their views to let the government know how they feel? Which among these are more effective in your opinion and why? Okay, now you listen carefully. So see, from the resource sheet that we have learned, people are unhappy for different reasons. Yes or no? And they think that government is responsible for each of these situations. The people are writing in newspapers, discussing this on television as well, or they are holding protest marches, strikes or dharna against the government. Okay, that is to express their views. Each of these methods can be effective in different ways, in different manners. Okay, so this is how we have learned, right? Why people are unhappy with the government. Okay, and how they are expressing their views, opinion. All right. Now, ways people participate in a democracy. That is besides election. Okay, there are many ways as well. So what are they? That is, one way is through election people participate. Okay, through election by organizing dharna, through signature campaign, through protest march, through TV and newspapers. All right, so this is how people participate in a democracy. Okay, now when and how can people participate in the democratic government, and why it is important for people to take an active part in a democracy? Can they participate in the same way in a monarchical form of government, and why? Alright, that is, we have learned about monarchical system of government as well, right? So when and how can people participate in a government, and why it is important for people to take an active part in a democracy? Can they participate in the same way in a monarchical form of government, and why? Okay, now please listen carefully. See, when people are unhappy with the government, they can express this. Alright, they can express the anger, the issue, the problem. That is through newspapers, through television, or by collecting signature, or through holding rallies, dharna and strike as well. Okay, democracy is people's government. Okay, that is, we have learned that democracy is the people government, right? So it is important for the people to take an active interest in its working. So public opinion makes a democratic government accountable to the people because it is the people who elect to power. Alright, who elected to power means who elect the leader. Okay, so under a monarchy, as we have learned, people that don't have the same power. Okay, because all the authority lies with the king or the queen, and hence they cannot participate in the government in the same way the democratic government can, where people participate. Okay, so I hope now you are clear. Now here's the last question. Okay, so do you think, all right, so please give it a try. Do you think every person in India is able to participate in the government equally, and give reason? Do you think every person in India is able to participate in the government equally, and give reason for that? Okay, now I want you to listen carefully. Usually, all right, not every people they get equal, they can participate in the government equally. Okay, so your answer might be different, so you please listen. So usually some underprivileged groups like the Dalits and the tribals have to organize larger social movements to challenge the government. Otherwise, they may not be heard. Right, the Dalits, the poor group, the tribal peoples, at first they have to organize themselves into a larger social movement to challenge the government. Okay, or else their opinion, all right, they are not heard by the government. Okay, so these Dalit and tribals, they are underprivileged group. Okay, in a society like India. All right, so that's it for our discussion for today. Now, classwork. Okay, see, I want all of you to do your worksheet by yourself. All right, please do the worksheet by yourself. Okay, people participation S1, 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 questions given, so you please do it by yourself individually. All right, and also you complete your practice question number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, from practice question exit content book. Okay, you'll find there. So under page number 31, practice question 1, 2, and 3 along with worksheet S1. Okay, so take care and have a good day.